Springfield's Rock Station Q102. What's up? I'm Baden here with the beautiful legend, Amy Lee. Hello.
Hi, thanks for having me, Baden.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to talk with me today. Been super stoked about it.
Yeah, me too.
I got it. First of all, I have to do this just to get it out of the way. I am a huge fan, right? So right now it's hard for me to separate out fanboy and work. So I just have to tell you that so I get it
I
off.
love it.
Oh
That's
man.
good. That means you'll ask the questions that fans really want to know.
I guess so, man. Well, let's hope. It's just crazy because you've inspired like a whole, I don't know, I guess a whole generation. You've helped us through everything. We've grown with you through all your stuff. I mean, it's just like, I posted on my Facebook. I was like, dude, interviewing Amy Lee tomorrow. And my whole group of friends like, oh, she saved my life. She did this, she did that. Like the list goes on and on. I mean, I'm sure does it ever get to you sometimes that the fact that you've touched so many people?
No, it's amazing. It's the greatest part about my career. You know, when I was a kid, just starting to write music, songs that ended up on that first album that grabbed everybody's attention, I wasn't thinking about any of that. I wasn't thinking about anybody but me. I was just thinking about my own life and my own experiences and my own pain and my own challenges and frustrations. And music was the tool to get that out, you know, to exercise those demons and to say something. And I didn't know that it was going to become something that would mean so much to so many people. That has been such an incredible give back, because it's awesome when you make something and you get to look back at it and go, wow, that's good, I made that. But it's so much more to share it with somebody else. And we've been able to share our music and the honestly very personal experiences from my heart with people all over the world for the last 20 years and have that be something that is part of people's lives, the way that musicians have touched me in a way that I would be fangirling over.
Right.
So it is awesome. It is absolutely the coolest part. Thanks for saying so.
Oh, absolutely. It's just wild to me. Like that's one of my favorite parts of my career is that, you know, music gets so many people through so many things, and to actually come like face to face with someone that legit helped you through. I've cried to your music. I've sang your music. Your music has gotten me laid before. I mean, we've
Awesome.
been through everything together, and I just now get to meet
I was
you,
right there with you, all of it.
Yes.
So
yes.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Amy. So we're here to talk about your new album, The Bitter Truth. It is out, and dude, it is really good. And
Thanks.
I got to give a shout out to your production team too, because every Evanescence album is just I'm a little bit of an audio nerd, but
Cool,
this one
too.
I just so good.
Thank you. I'm very you know, I've got a great band. The musicians that I run with these days are excellent, and we really worked through these songs together. I come up with a lot of starting ideas, you know, chord progressions and melodies and things on my own, but then we bring them in as a group, and to have such incredible players and creative minds in there, you know, it's cool to open yourself up to collaboration like that when you can trust somebody, because it can become just something cooler than you could have done by yourself. And Nick Raskulinec's our producer, man, he's a rock legend, and he likes to get in with bands that he really loves like a fan, and listen to it like a fan, and encourage the things about it that are that core thing that made you want to make music in the first place, that made you a fan in the first place. But he's also not afraid to just experiment, just stay up really late at night and mess with the guitar tone for 2 hours until it's so weird. There was this doesn't even make sense anymore. But then he had this idea all along and layers it with 5 other things. That's oh my God, that sounds so cool. And unlike anything I've ever heard, but also totally fits our music. So yeah, we work with a lot of really cool people.
I was gonna mention all those layers. Everybody I tell to listen to the album, I'm like, you listen to it on headphones, man, because there's a lot of stuff in there that you'll miss otherwise. It's brilliant. And it was just
I'm like you. I like
candy,
details,
if you will.
Yeah, I'm the same. And a lot of that's a little programming things too. We had there's 3 different programmers on the record, but for most of the album it's 2. And it's cool to be able to take, instead of just going with one guy who's making sounds and effects and just audio weirdness,
Right.
to go with 2 different people whose styles are a little bit different from each other, and to kind of like give them, this is something that Nick kind of came up with. He was like, let's just give them both stuff and don't tell them anything, just like see where
Ooh.
both directions go, take it all back and like cherry pick our favorite of like both things
Oh
and
God, and
make it
converge them. Dude, that's
so fun. Yeah.
that sounds like a blast. Most of this album was actually was recorded separately, wasn't it? During COVID?
No,
No?
we had to spend a lot of time apart. But the recording itself, we did the first 4 songs normal style right before lockdown happened at the beginning of
Mhm.
last year. And then we're all apart. We live all over the world. Our guitar player Jen lives in Germany. The rest of us are in America. But we're all spread out, both coasts, all over the
Right.
place. So isolation's good for me. I do a lot of good writing and experimentation that way. But I definitely, through just file sharing and everybody's show ideas and whatever, I got to a point where I was like, I can't do any more by myself. How do we do this? How are we going to be able to safely get together again? And we just all took tests, and I got tour buses to go to both coasts, and the Americans got to get back together I think it was the end of July, maybe the beginning of August, and do it again, like do pre-production, everybody get in a room, jam, pick the
All
songs,
right.
write a couple new ones. And then they went back, and Nick and I were just in the aftermath for the next few months together until it was finished.
That's good. It's always I was in a band that actually recorded a whole EP without seeing each other once.
Whoa, Postal Service.
Yeah, it was
Was
it
that your
was
band?
definitely it was definitely a challenge. And one
That's
thing that I
cool.
ran into that I was going to ask you about, if like recording your own vocals, I can't do it. Like,
You get?
just can't. You just because I guess you're never satisfied with your own take, I guess, and so nothing ever gets done.
That's
But
hard.
like if you have that outside, perspective
Voice.
coming in, that was good. Let's work on this part. For me, I'm like, I don't know what to do.
That's
So
funny.
yeah,
I get that. I love working with Nick because he pushes me so hard, though, because
yes,
I'm a perfectionist too. And I'm trying to get it to be exactly like this one thing in my head. And I don't know, I am a big critic of my own voice. But the one thing that I can't stand is like when you're working with a producer and you're just like, that's great right away. It's like,
right.
come on. Like, no, it's not.
I
You
can
have
do
to know that I can
better.
do better than that. Yeah.
Right.
So it's cool to find somebody that you trust, because he'll push me like I push me, but then I trust him when he goes, okay, you got it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And you can tell, like, reading facial features, like if they're just tired or if you're just
I can't look. I can't look at him. I have to just like be in the dark. He
yeah.
can see me. He can see because he likes to actually watch and see like, was she really into it that time? So like he can see my silhouette. But I
Right.
like to just feel like there is no physical self. Like there is nothing but the music in the moment, when I'm singing.
Thank God for headphones, man. Dude.
Yeah, totally.
It's my favorite thing. Speaking of when you're singing, so do you ever feel, because I notice, like, when I'm talking to you right now, you have this like earthy, warm feeling, and I don't feel nervous anymore because you make me feel comfortable, right?
Thanks.
It's a good vibe, and I love it. Thank you for that, by the way. I freaking needed it. But when you sing, it's like you channel something different, and you're like almost a different person. Do you feel like it's kind of a switch?
It's part of me. It's like a really deep, real part of me. But um, it's like my higher self. It's
It
like
looks like
this
an out of
other
body
thing.
experience watching you.
Yeah, not always. I have to concentrate really hard. I don't just open my mouth and it always sounds good. I
Right.
work
Yeah.
hard,
Yeah.
but part of that focus, like, is part of what lets you disappear and lets that other thing, whatever it is, take over. And feeling that, like, really being at home in that, like I wasn't when I was first, when you're starting out and you're just trying to figure out who you are and how to make music and how to write a song and how to sing and how to do anything. There's a lot of thoughts, like, that you're not good enough, or that, yeah, you need to fix that one part, and everything just constantly like this, I don't know, criticism and thinking, and I got to do this and I got to do that. Um, as time goes by, for me, like I've gotten to where I really can lose myself in the music, and it's full focus, but I'm not thinking any real thoughts. It's really just the music. And that's part of why making music is so therapeutic for me. It is, it is like channeling something, and it is, it just feels like I am positive that I'm doing what I was born to do. And I think when I was a kid, it would have been a lot harder to say that out loud, let alone fully admit it to myself and believe it, simply because I'd be like, "Pff, you sound like cocky bitch,"
Right.
like it can be that you can be great at something, but a big part of it is confidence. Big part of owning the stage and being a front woman, being a front person, like, is just the confidence of believing that you deserve to be there. Because if you don't believe it, nobody else is going to. But
True.
just in the believing it and just owning it and delivering the best that you can is at least half the battle, I think.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I love your perspective on it as well, because you're not that cocky bitch, if you will. You're just you've
Don't test
you've ex-
me.
you've even that was just adorable. So I don't know, man. But I do know that you're a mom, and so I know that that's in there somewhere because yeah, moms can be scary, dude.
Yeah,
Uh
I'll break your face.
oh yeah, oh yeah, it's nuts. Oh, dude, speaking of that, you sang my kids to sleep for so long.
Oh, yeah?
Get your lullaby album, dude.
Oh, thanks.
Loved it.
I do
Loved it.
too.
And
Thanks.
yeah, my son still to this day will play it. Like he's 7 now, but like
Did you
uh
know that we did like visual, like animation for the whole thing?
yep,
I love the way
yep.
that turned out. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
it's so
Sometimes people are
good.
like, no. And I'm like, you can entertain your kids more. Let them
Yeah.
watch it. Yeah.
No, that was good. It was a lifesaver, honestly, because you just don't get cool artists making stuff like that, and
It
it
was a real natural thing because that's my family. I
right.
grew up, in a home with a lot of kids. And my dad is a musician, a multi instrumentalist, made all of us learn music. So just sitting around, hearing that kind of home music, acoustic guitars, whatever. That's just like, us at Christmas,
That's awesome.
growing up. And a lot of those songs that are the older cover ones, like Good Night, My Love. And I'm trying to remember what else now, were the songs that my dad, sang us to sleep with. So to tie that to now, and to make it next generation with new music and the old, it's like the past and the present getting to live together in the same time, felt
Right.
really good to do. Yeah.
It's cool. My daughter is actually a drummer.
Oh, cool.
And she tried to introduce me to Evanescence a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, you don't understand.
Oh,
Like,
that's
I'm like,
great.
I've been with them this whole time. All right.
I'm OG since
Yeah.
before you were born. Yeah, that's cool.
So we got to have some cool conversations. She gets on my iTunes and just goes through like on a music rabbit hole and like from the music I listen to. And she's just really into it. She's like, have you heard this band Evanescence? I'm
You're
like,
so
yes, I have.
lucky. You're
Dude.
so lucky. I'm afraid that, like, the thing is that whatever your parents like, you hate. Like, I don't want that. I hope we can like the same stuff. I'm
Right.
trying to
Oh,
train
that's
him
good.
right. Trying to train
I
him right.
try to keep that open in the house. Like I'll try to be open to like my son likes all the weird rap stuff on TikTok and
Right.
which is whatever. I'll try to jam, dude. Whatever.
Cute.
Um, yeah, I'm super stoked about this album, The Bitter Truth. It's good. People should listen to it. Um, eh, what made you decide that it was time for another heavier album?
It was just in us. And there's just a lot of things that kind of led to it. We found
Well, we missed
ourselves,
you.
thanks. We found ourselves in a place like ready to do something. We were playing. We started up playing rock shows again about, I think Jack was 1.5, and we got an offer to do like Ozfest Japan or something really cool. I'm like, let's do this. We can do this. I can still be a rock star. I can put those boots on. Let's go. And
Yes.
it felt so good to do. that we just started booking more shows, and it wasn't based around having an album or promoting anything, and the fans still came out, which was an incredible thing to be like, oh, it's like it's not over, like it's not like we just went away. And this was back in like 2015. It I don't know, something about becoming a parent made me sort of feel like I'm not going to cross that until I feel satisfied and I'm okay to move into a new zone and like not do the other thing anymore.
Right.
Because I don't know what that's going to be like. I've never done that before. It's life changing. And the cool thing was realizing that I didn't have to lose myself to be a mom. It was an enhancement. It was something that opened my mind. And now I have this sweet little friend with me who I can take on adventures and we can do it together, you know, to a
Yeah.
degree. I mean, that'll get harder the older he gets, but also just within myself to be like, that's still who I am. I didn't change into a boring mom. I want to be a cool mom. Of
Right.
course, I'm gonna be a rock star mom. It's gonna be great. So that just doing it again. But then we did our synthesis project, which was with full orchestra and like electronica, revisiting the old stuff, but
Got to
putting
see
it into
that though, by the way. It was
you did?
phenomenal. Yes.
You saw it live?
Yes, I did.
Where'd you go?
Kansas City, I believe.
Oh, cool. Yeah, totally. That was really special. And it was educational for all of us as musicians. We learned a lot to really like blend ourselves with all these incredible players and to learn, you know, how to follow a conductor, play without a click, you know, just a lot of things. There was just a lot of musician stuff that was occurring live. And also like digging back into our roots that way and reconstructing old songs that, you know, were created before this lineup was in it, you know, like
Right.
for us to really go through that together built sort of a foundation for us and our understanding of who we are. Because in so many ways, like we've grown, but that history, those roots matter. They're in deep, and it's just such a big part of all of it. So to kind of go there and go to a strange, uncomfortable place with the orchestra stuff, not
Right.
only kind of rooted us, but made us want to rock really hard.
Right.
So I knew that halfway through, I was like, look, trust me on this thing. I'm sorry, you have to sit down. But
You
like when
seem
it's
super
over,
comfortable with it though.
yeah, when it's over, I swear we're gonna make like a heavy album. Like we're all gonna want to. It's gonna be great. And we did. So we just started playing rock shows after that, getting back to our roots in that way and being this band with that stuff and just writing in between. So the year before lockdown and the really intensive part of the writing happened, we had been doing it intermittently, just in between tours when we had time together, booking a little extra time, you know, staying in a house together for a week and just experimenting with like what came out of us creatively as a group and what that could be. And we were all getting really excited about it. So by the time we already started, we had 4 songs, and then the pandemic hit. It was like, there's no way we're stopping now.
Right.
We're not going to sit here and wait for whenever this thing blows over. We're just going to go ahead and start putting out music and have faith that we're going to get it done somehow. This is our time. This is our year. Like we've been building to this, and honestly, people probably need it more than ever. We do. I needed the
Yes.
music last year. I needed it so
Mhm.
bad. So I think I hope, you know, that it's not that it's just heavy, but like the
Yep.
weight of the feeling and the lyrics and the all of it, everything that's
Super
in there
dynamic as
is
well.
thanks. It's just it's true, and it's coming from a real place that is a need in us to make music again the way that in many ways the way that I was feeling it the first time.
That's beautiful. I love that. I love the description, how everything builds up and that now you're just gonna freaking dive into it and do it. And it's phenomenal. I'm super stoked you're
Thanks.
back, man, because we
Thanks.
needed
We are
you
too.
yeah. Um man, that's about all I got for the day. Like you nailed everything I wanted to talk about, which is
Thanks.
great. Man, I, it's seriously been weighing down on my shoulders like so hard.
I would love to take you out for a beer right now.
Dude,
I
let's
really
go.
would. Let's
Let's go.
go.
I need it.
When
Let's
can we get back to life? I am
I'm
ready.
just this is
You're
what I
ready. You got
should
the
have did.
Jaeger in the
Yeah,
background. That's a little. wow, no, that just instantly, I have memories of throwing that up. Not good.
I was going down. I like to get amped up before I talk to an artist, and I was going through like some older videos. I found a YouTube video of you playing in Arkansas. It was you, a guitar player, and a drum machine.
Yeah.
And it was super old video.
Yeah.
It was great to see. And then I was literally just watching Rock and Ring 2003. Like, that's insane. This is you, and you've done these things. Like,
mere magnitude of it. Yeah.
I always wanted to go Rock and Ring, man. It looks like
it's really cool.
Amazing time.
You know what's cool about it? There's Rock and Ring and Rock and Park. And the thing about Rock and Ring is it's a big racetrack where they do like, I don't know. Is it Formula One? Is that stupid of me to say? I don't know.
I don't know.
But they do like really fast cars over there. Like it's different. Yeah. It's different than the rules over here. Well, I don't know what this means. But they, for fun, at Rock and Ring, have like a indoor go-kart thing too, and the go-karts are way faster than American go-karts. So part of the thing about going to do Rock and Ring is like, we gotta go do the go-karts. They go so fast. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm really good at it. So
I'm saying the Midwest in us will come out, and that's when we're like, hell yeah!
I love
give me a beer.
That's my jam. Like if we're gonna go do something stupid, that's what I'm like, can we please go go-karts? That's what I want to do. So anyway, if you ever get to go Rock and Ring, see if you can do the go-karts. You have to wear a helmet. It's serious. It's not a joke.
Yeah. Stoked, man. Everything. I'll just go. Let's go right now. Let's book a ticket. Yeah,
man, right. I'm ready. As soon as they let us back out there and everything's safe, we're gonna be hitting the road hard. So
right.
I'm sure we'll be coming through your area and we'll just have to rock this out live.
Hell yeah. And there's light. We see the light at the end of the tunnel now. We actually started announcing shows. So
cool.
That's good. Hopefully, I know you probably can't really actually talk about it, but any chance we'd see you on any of the festivals coming up?
Like this summer?
Yeah. Or fall, even fall. Blink once for yes, blink twice for no.
We are making plans for something soon, but it's not like going to be summer festivals and stuff. But we are making our plans for our future, and once we're going, it's going to be hard to make a stop.
I'll be there, dude. I can't wait.
All right.
Again, the bitter truth is out. Listen to it or die, or or just just listen to it.
I love it. Be there or die.
Amy, thank you so much for joining me, man.
It was so good talking to you.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to see you come in the area, and then I'll take you up on that beer.
Samesies. See ya.
All right. Bye.